Hi, welcome back to the first video snippet from the last chapter of Ballads, A Tinker's Dozen. This is chapter 11, if you're counting, because Tinker's Dozen is 11. There's a thought, you know. Anyway, if you're interested in purchasing a copy of this book in Kindle, ebook format, or paperback, you can look in the comments underneath this video post, and I'll put the link in. It's a wonderful book, just wonderful. There is another one of these ballad books coming. It's second in the pipeline after I finish the romance that I'm working on, but so it may be a little bit of time, but it's coming. So there will be more of the stories behind the songs as soon as I can manage it. So if you're ready for a little video snippet, here we go. This one's called Yonder Sits My Sister. Many a song will be faithful and true, while many stories can't be trusted. Once there were two sisters, like most sisters, who were as different as they were alike. They lived with their parents in a pleasant, shady place at the edge of a great forest. Their home was a modest dwelling with white clapboard walls and cedar shingled roof. For most of the year, the home sat quietly, bordered by the leathery dark green leaves of the ornamental bushes that the sisters' father had planted around it. But in the spring, the bushes flowered red and pink and white, with the sweet-smelling but deadly poisonous oleanders. The sisters' home painted as pretty a picture as ever Gustav Klimt or Vincent van Gogh ever put to canvas, but a beauty that threatened death. The younger sister was as beautiful as the sun, with long yellow hair that recalled the sun's morning awakening. Her deep brown eyes held a mystery that only she would solve. The older sister was every bit as beautiful as her sister, but with hair as black as night and deep brown eyes that promised answers equal to those that her sisters pledged. The younger sister spent her time and talents on things of the day. She worked in the garden, painted, and played a bright brass penny whistle. The older sister devoted herself to pursuits of the evening. She cooked, wove, and played a dulcimer with delicate ebony hammers. The two sisters loved each other, and nothing could come between them. And then, one day, a young man rode his blue-roan mare through the forest, and eventually, in the heat of the afternoon, he chanced upon the little clapboard house embraced by the oleanders. The rider paused to enjoy the beauty of the little house in the woods, and then the two sisters walked out of their house and into the young man's sight. The blonde girl wore a long skirt of red and a white blouse, with the sleeves rolled up for work. The dark sister wore a green skirt and an identical white blouse. The two young women noticed the young man and graced him with their smiles. After the young man had left the two sisters in the house in the woods that day, he found that he had to return to them. Every week he rode his mare through the woods to their little house and brought them both rare gifts along with his smile and sparkling eyes. He grew fond of both of the sisters, but he grew to love the younger girl. One day, after the young man had left the sisters to return to his home, the older one said, "Let us go down to the river. I have seen a nest of blackbirds with eggs about to hatch." She took her sister's hand and led her through the tall trees of the forest until they came to the flowing stream that led to the mill, and then the town, and finally to the sea. "Look there, sister," the older one cried. And when the younger one bent to see, the older girl pushed her sister in. The younger girl struggled in the flow and reached out for her sister's hand. "Give me your hand, sister dearest, or I feel that I will drown. Help me, please, and I will give you all that you desire." "Is that the blackbird's call I hear?" the older sister asked. The younger sister felt herself sinking down and cried again, "Help me, sister. Oh, please do. If you save me, you may have my lover." The sister on the bank of the swiftly flowing stream whispered as much to herself as to her sister, "I'll have your lover soon enough, and all that I desire as well. Your golden hair that won his heart will never save you now." And the golden-haired girl sank beneath the water and was pulled along with the flow. As the stream took her away, she bobbed to the surface once or twice, gasping and choking. But by the time that the river had taken her around its bend, the younger sister was drowned.